When I maneuver this on my bigger wheels, sometimes this is a little challenging. Let's see how it is on the Aero. I suspect it'll be, whoa. Let me move you out there a little bit. Hey, what's up? Duff here. Time for my, ooh. Okay, might be a tenth of a mile off. Just started my Garmin GPS. So I have my Garmin GPS on because I'm doing the official, my official, Nosfet Aero range test. Yes, heading out here on a very hot May, or not, what is it? Oh shit, it's June already. Hot June afternoon, Sunday afternoon. And we're gonna see what kind of range I get on the Aero. Doing a ride very similar to what I did on the V9, the Inmotion V9. And I'm curious what kind of numbers we come up with riding this wheel. So even though this is a higher performing wheel than a V9, I'm gonna ride in a similar fashion, keep the speed in the 20s, and do not wide open roadways, but just kind of back roads, stuff that I would normally associate taking a wheel like this for in a more commuter-like fashion. V9, or I'm sorry, the Aero definitely is a sharp-looking wheel. No, I do not have pads on it yet. I probably will at some point, but I do not have any as of yet. Big shout out to Eli out in Southern California. I bought this shirt from Eli. Eli is a talented artist, and one of his brands is Coffee Run. And he designed this shirt. Let's see, I don't know, let's see, can you see the back? If I hold you like this, he designed that artwork on the back. And since I am well known for drinking coffee while riding an electric unicycle, I thought it was an appropriate shirt. Big thanks to Eli. I met him when I was out there in Southern California. Seems like a really nice guy, so thanks again, Eli, and I appreciate it. So as you would assume, before I started this range test, I did fully charge the wheel, and I did, just for the hell of it, I did tweak the preload. It's interesting because, like, you know, I talked about adjusting the rebound and dampening on, they both say preload, so I'm not really sure how one does dampening versus rebound. Maybe I need to read into it more, but what I basically did was that both of these were turned all the way to the left, which from my interpretation of the signs on the shocks means it would be the lowest amount of preload. So I moved both of them between a quarter and a half turn the opposite direction, and wanted to see how that feels. I do have a screwdriver in my pocket in case I decide I do not like that feel, but we're gonna find out. I can tell you already, I don't know that I like the adjustment that I did. I think I'm going to pull over and put it back to the way it was. The out of the box feel, it felt pretty good. It felt a little more bouncy than I would like, but I liked however it felt there compared to how it feels now. I have to do some more tweaking on it because I'm a little confused about if I'm adjusting this correctly, and I'll explain that when I stop to adjust. It's here. Yeah, I'm not. It feels. I'll do a couple more here. Yeah, last wheel I did that on was the F22. All right, what I need to do is make this change here, and then do this exact same thing again. See how it feels. All right, so let me just get you up close and personal here. This is what the shock top of the shocks look like, and when I adjusted it, I turned this. This is all the way to the left, so I'm going to move it till it's all the way to the left again. That's as far as you can see. It was very, very close all the way to the left. Same thing with this one. That one I turn a little bit more, but they're both marked identically. So usually the way and as you see, when I turn this, it also turns the red nut. Now, I believe the way it's supposed to work is the red nut should be independent of this, and the red nut is how you adjust the preload. So if you want more preload, you turn the nut that way, but you hold that steady. So I think it's my issue is I need to put a wrench on this to hold the preload, because I think I basically just changed the preload and made it softer and that actually wasn't good for my weight because I weigh about 190 pounds. So let me see how this feels now. But I think that's my issue, is I need to hold the nut while I'm making the adjustments to the center. Okay, so let's see how this feels with it set back to the way it was when I took it out of the box. Yeah, that feels better. I think it was almost like bottoming out of me before. Yeah, that's okay. That's definitely better than it was. So I'll have to do some more digging into the suspension setup on the Aero just to make sure that I am adjusting what I think I am adjusting, because I think all I basically did there was I lessened the preload, which wasn't good. So now it feels better now. So you may have noticed that once again there hasn't been a whole bunch of content coming from me lately. Part of that was because last weekend I was not here. I was in Texas. Actually drove to Texas for my niece's high school graduation in the Tesla, and that was quite the experience. I should actually do a video talking about that, because the main thing about that drive is I was already impressed with full self-driving, but what full self-driving did there was, I mean, it was nothing short of amazing to me, especially since I'm comparing it to what full self-driving was initially, how it was initially, because I had it back in my 2019 Tesla Model 3 when I first bought that car. So the situations that handled during that drive to Texas, which was about 1,400 miles each way, was pretty amazing. But anyways, yeah, that's where I was. I was gone for 5 or 6 days. And then right before I left for that trip, the day before I left, I went and I bought a used Bamboo Lab X1C. So I've been trying to get familiar with that, trying to work out some bugs with getting consistent prints with that. So that's been taking up some of my attention as well. And that's still a work in progress, actually. Still trying to work out the kinks, but I'll get there. To accommodate that X1C, I've had to do some printer shuffling. One of the side effects of that as well is I'm trying to sell my 2 Prusa Minis. I have one original Prusa Mini and one Prusa Mini clone that I'm trying to sell. So if you're interested in those printers, let me know. Selling them both cheap. Of course, I would ship them, but it would, we'd have to, you'd have to pay for the shipping to get it to you. But I will post more information about that as well. But I am selling 2 Prusa Minis in good working condition. Okay, so I did a bit of a detour there. I wanted to just do those little speed bumps as part of this range test. But I'm planning to do, like I said, a similar route to before, where I go through the Greenway, I go through Baker Park, I go down to the beach, and maybe stop at the Cabana, maybe stop at Dunkin' Donuts, and then head back. So that is my loose plan for now. It's hot. Love the shirt, Eli, in Florida heat, black, wearing black outside. It's not the best color choice, but I love the shirt. So again, comparing this to the Inmotion V9, which I did a range test on, which I got, I think I could have gotten 25 miles if I was wanting to go really slow. I have to verify. It was actually, I think it was less than that. It might have been 23. 20 miles before I started getting warnings. But that's only a 750 watt hour battery. This has the Aero has an 1100 watt hour battery, so it's a bigger battery. It is a higher voltage wheel, and presumably and because it has higher performance numbers, it probably consumes juice at a faster rate. But we will see. I've heard other people talk about riding the Aero they did some informal range tests, and I heard getting around 25 miles. So we'll see if I can get 25 miles out in my case as well. I was just waiting at that traffic light, and oh my God, felt like I was in a sauna. Moving, it feels okay, but sitting still right now is not the best experience. The more movement, the better. Airflow. I'm air cooled, not liquid cooled. All right, down that little stretch, I already hit a higher top speed than I've gone on the V9 so far. Went up to like 27. On the V9, I don't think I've crossed 25. So yeah, so far the wheel feels capable for what I expect out of it, that's for sure. Ups and downs here on this little brief sidewalk part of the ride, and the air suspension feels fine. Yeah, it's doing what I need to do. Does it feel like the Sherman S or the Patton to me on this kind of surface? No, but I wouldn't expect it to be. But no, it feels good. Feels good. I am 5 miles in, by the way. 5.5. Hi guys, hello. I know. What's that weird guy doing, huh? One of the very few drawbacks I've had with the Aero so far is the app, the Nosfet app, currently is not available on iOS. And I have a really old, shitty Android phone that I could try to load it up on the Android version, but it's fine. And I discovered that you can actually use the LibreCam app to connect your wheel and get basic documentation or basic stats. And I actually used it to upgrade the firmware on my Aero, which is not the official Nosfet recommendation, but it does work. And like I was able to like set speed parameters and all that kind of stuff through that app as well. Again, that is not the Nosfet official recommendation, but hopefully Nosfet will soon have the iOS version of their app available out there. So I am running a LibreCam app as well. I'm not sure if it documents mileage or top speed or that kind of stuff like for a ride, but I guess we'll find out. One thing I am not sure of is with LibreCam wheels, they have two settings. You can have like an extended range mode where it lets you go down deeper into the battery pack to get more range out of the wheel, and also has a high speed mode, which allows you to, it's basically field weakening that allows you to hit higher top speeds. I haven't heard anyone talk about those being available on the Nosfet Aero. I guess I can look in the app, I guess, and see if I see anything that looks like that, and I haven't heard about anyone turning those features on, but with a range test, it's probably a good idea for me to turn it on if it is available, so I will take a look shortly. Okay, the app is going to be of limited use because it still says that I'm at 100% battery, so it is not reading battery level correctly. It does record the top speed of the ride, 27.3 miles an hour, and mileage. It just doesn't know the battery percentage on that. And it does read the smart BMS as well, so that's cool. Right now it shows I'm at 119.9 volts, and I'm at, you snuck up on me. I'm at 7.5 miles, so it's going to be a little touchy. I always like to know a percentage, but I do not have that available. Oh yeah, I want to see if I see anything. Oops, if I see anything about long range mode here. Let's see. Ride mode, PWM. Okay, yeah, do not see anything related to long range or high speed mode on this. Does it mean it's not available? No, not necessarily, but I do not see it in my quick 30-second investigation. I can tell you with my eyeballs that the display on this, there's 10 indicators. Right now I'm showing 9 illuminated. It was showing 8 when I was riding, and it recovered a little bit when I stopped. So we're still doing pretty well. I guess we'll just go on battery voltage, even though I don't know what 0 is on this wheel. But we'll figure it out. I'm sure it'll be fine. Just realized I forgot my wallet. Damn it. So that makes the Cabana a no-go. However, Dunkin' Donuts accepts my app on my phone, so Dunkin' Donuts is still a go. You can tell two things: that it's off season and that it's very hot because there's not many people here at all right now. Usually this place is pretty bustling, but it's pretty dead right now. Going up to the terrace. Now normally when I'm over here, I would take a wheel down the steps, at least a small set of steps, which is only 4 steps. But to be quite honest, without pads on here, I'm a little nervous to do so, just in case things get a little springy on me. I don't have anything to keep me firmly attached to the wheel, and the last thing I want to do is get bounced off the wheel for some reason. So once I put pads on, I will give it a proper staircase check. Weird bald guy, man, following me around. He's following me around. I passed him going up the terrace. He was going the other way, and then I'm up there for a few seconds, and I see him walking up the steps, and then I turned around and went down, and now he's coming down the steps. I think, I don't know, he probably wants to talk to me. I don't feel like being social today. Now exiting Baker Park, heading down Central Avenue, which will run us right into the beach. Oh wait, oh shit. Okay, hold on. Not advised to go against traffic, but I forgot. I wanted to at least ride by the Cabana, ride by it, and go that way to the beach. So change of plans. It's okay, you gotta be able to be flexible, right? Because plans are always changing. All right, here we go. It's a bit of a shame because as hot as it is, a cold beer or two does sound pretty good right about now, but maybe what I'll do when I go to Dunkin' Donuts, instead of getting a hot coffee, I'll get a cold coffee. That'll be my compromise for today. And my prediction is the Cabana will be quite empty as well, for the same reasons I listed for Baker Park. But let's see. Yep, pretty empty. pretty darn empty. Aero, the dock test. This is the official dock test. Oh wow, it looks like they cleaned some of the footprints again. There are not as many footprints as there once were. Man, someone really gets, yeah, oh yeah, they definitely painted it again or cleaned it or something. Not nearly as many footprints as there were before. About 9.25 miles in. Let's see. Feet are feeling good. And we've lost 2 of 10 bars of battery. I think we're doing pretty good so far. When I'm riding, I prefer going this way. A little more scenic in the area that you run into the beach. It's a nice area that's used for weddings and stuff. So as long as there's not a wedding going on, I prefer that than the Central Avenue connection to the beach. I don't think I've been to the beach since my last ride to the beach, so yeah. Should go to the beach more often, right? You get spoiled with all these small wheels, you know, like the V9 and now this. You know, they're so easy to maneuver and transport, and they're good enough for me. You know, that getting onto a big monster wheel like the V13 doesn't seem very appealing, or the F22 Pro for that matter. When I maneuver this on my bigger wheels, sometimes this is a little challenging. Let's see how it is on the Aero. I suspect it'll be, whoa. Okay, I caught my hand on the pillar. It should have been a lot easier, but that was my bad riding technique. Yeah, I never said I was good at math. There's actually only 8 total battery segments on this display. And again, we're still at 7. It was at 6 of 8, and then it bounced back to 7 of 8 once I stopped again. Battery voltage is 117.2 volts. So yeah, still think we're doing really good. Distance, 10.22 miles. So yeah, 25 miles, I don't think it's going to be a major challenge from what it's looking like. All right. A potential issue on the range test is right before the ride, I charged up my Garmin. And when I took it off the charger, it said I had full battery. Now it shows I have 1 bar battery on the Garmin. So that's a problem. If it dies, yeah, it's gonna suck. I mean, I can track distance. Thank you. I can track distance in the app, but it won't be as accurate. All right, it is what it is. As far as the riding characteristics of the Aero that I've noticed, is it feels very good, very predictable. I can tell it has more power than a V9, but yeah, there's nothing jumping out at me that, oh, that's a problem, this is a problem. I've heard some people say that they've had dipping on turn. Larry mentioned that, and I guess Melody out there gave him some settings to minimize that, but I haven't really, no, I haven't. If it's dipping, I don't know. Maybe I'm not very dip sensitive, but basically, yeah, it's felt really, really good to me. I mean, I'm fine doing like a curb drop with no pads on. Just kind of make sure you're tight. Yeah, see, that's a situation where the suspension feels a little harder than I expect. So I don't know. Otherwise, it feels okay, but I need to tweak it a little bit, I think. Still, 12 GPS miles. I'm just waiting for this damn thing to die now. I hope it doesn't. That's why I'm just trying to just ride. Don't take breaks, just ride. So it captures as much as possible. I'm actually putting a little extra distance on this because the battery indicator shows that I should. So I'm rolling up the greenway. I'm not going to go all the way to the end of the greenway, just a little loop-de-loop here. Okay, I'm at the bridge that crosses the river here. I wasn't quite expecting to go this deep back in, but I did. So we're going to turn around from here. At a couple of the scenic spots here, I've been stopping briefly to take pictures of the Aero because its visuals are really, really good. It's a really good looking wheel. There is no doubt about that. Battery indicator on my GPS has gone to 0. It's still working for some reason. Just under 14 miles GPS. And let's see. I think I'm still seeing 6 bars of 8. There are 5 or 6 bars of 8 on the wheel. So yeah, doing a little better than I expected, honestly. What the heck? The battery on my GoPro is going down very quick as well. What the heck's going on here, man? Ay, this is annoying. I mean, this is an extended life battery. It said it was fully charged when I was done, but yeah, it's dropping precipitously. This is not good. Maybe I have to beeline for the house, get a new battery, and continue the range test. Maybe it's the heat, I don't know. But heck, my GPS battery is low, my GoPro battery is low. The only battery that's performing better than expected right now is the Aero. the Aero battery is performing pretty darn well in my opinion. Continue on, see if I can get back to the house, swap out batteries, and then continue. 15 and a half miles, going strong. All right, this is a bigger curb right here. Yeah, those drops just, I don't know, the bottom part of that doesn't feel as squishy as my old bones would like. My GPS is still working somehow. I'm not quite sure how, but it says we're just under 18 miles right now. The display on the Aero shows that I'm at 4 of 8 bars, so approximately 50% battery. Seems surprisingly high for this mileage. So we'll see. I'm maybe a couple miles from home. I'm gonna go there, put a fresh battery in the GoPro, and we will continue this. We'll ride over to Dunkin' Donuts and get some more miles in this thing. All right, I'm pulling back into my house right now just as I'm clicking 20 miles on the GPS exactly. So interesting. See where we go from here. So let me attend to my equipment issues, and I'll be back in a minute. So at 20 miles GPS, the battery pack is reading 109.7 volts. And I came home to realize I left the door open to the garage, so I was air conditioning the garage the entire time I was gone. That's great.
2 hours later.
All right, I'm back. It was a little bit longer than expected. The other 2 GoPro batteries that I had less charge than what was in here, so I just threw it in the charger for, I don't know, 20 minutes. Plugged in the GPS for 20 minutes, and we should have enough to finish this. We're at 20.18 miles currently. So now I'm heading to Dunkin' Donuts because it's about that time. And after all, this is a coffee run, right? I don't know, should this be a combination Dunkin' Donuts ride and range test? I guess it is, kind of, because I just left my home for Dunkin' Donuts, and this is the way I would normally go for Dunkin' Donuts, so maybe this will be a 2-for-1 deal. We'll see. The wheel is oscillating between 3 and 4 bars of battery. I think I should have plenty to go to Dunkin' Donuts and back. I'm not worried about that. All right, I'm down to 2 bars. I'm at 23 miles basically. I was rolling 22, 23, and I felt a little nudge, little tilt back there at 22, 23. So yeah, I think there is some low battery behavior kicking in at this point. So I will be conscious of that as I approach Dunkin' Donuts. Just under 23 and a half miles at 105.9 volts. So now I'm gonna head back towards the house and just try to burn off some extra distance there until I get like beeps or whatever. That's the plan. So I opted for a iced coffee drink, which I don't get all that often. But I didn't feel like switching to one of my flip-up helmets because they're more on the hot side, my LS2 and my Scorpion EXO. So the advantage of a iced coffee drink is you can drink it with a long straw, which works with this 888 full face. Let's see, what are my impressions now? 24 miles into the ride. Overall feel of the wheels remain good. The suspension, good, not great. Like a lot of the early reviews on the wheels, a lot of people I heard saying, oh yeah, it's cush, really plush, like a plush ride. It doesn't feel that way to me, but again, I might need to do some further adjustments to the suspension to get that feeling. I don't know. But I do clearly recall people saying right out of the box without changing anything that it felt very plush to them, and I would not describe it as plush. I would not. But not bad either, not bad. I would say better than the V9, and the V9's not bad either. So yeah, let's see what else. Pedals after being on them this long, feet are getting a little sore, but I think that's probably more a factor of me not doing a whole lot of riding anymore. Don't have like the kind of ankle pain that I was getting in the F22 Pros. This dihedral is very much more forgiving on the Aero, handling the software irregularities here. And yeah, so let me try to squeeze out the last bit of battery here and see what number we come up with. Might as well get a quick loop in here around Sugden Park. To be clear, the V9 was already basically running on fumes at this point, so I am definitely doing better. I'm at 24 and a half miles. I'm still showing three bars on the battery, so definitely gets more range than the V9, and that is clear, but also to be expected. Just dropped to 2 bars. I'm reversing field here. I would rather be closer to home when I'm at these low battery states. So if there is a problem and I I run it to dead. It's not that far of a walk home. So right now I'm a few miles from home still. So let me get a little bit closer to home and then we will try to gas this thing out. And just for comparison's sake, I'm a pretty tall guy, between 6'2" and 6'3". My riding weight with all the gear, I'm probably, I don't know, 195 pounds with all the gear on. So I'm not a featherweight, and we're still doing pretty darn well. We have officially crossed 25 miles GPS on the Nosfet Aero, 25.25 miles GPS. And this GPS reading is actually about a 1/10 short of my actual mileage. Since I'm at lower battery, I have dropped my speed down to between 15 and like 20 miles an hour. It feels like the prudent thing to do, but we're still going good. Still got 2 bars. Okay, just rolled by my house, still going. Still showing 2 bars, and we are closing in on 27 miles of GPS range on the Aero. We have, well, doubt that you can see that, but we have dropped down to 1 bar. We just dropped down to 1 bar. No beeping yet. So I will be cautiously moving forward. Head up onto the little mini greenway back here, and I don't know, maybe I'll just go back and forth and see how long I can go until it feels dangerous, I guess. Taking it nice and easy, nice and easy. 28 miles. 28 miles so far. Okay, although I had not beeped yet, I think I'm gonna turn it around. I'm at 28.5 miles on my Garmin, and that would mean that when I get back, it'd probably be right about 30. So, and if I still have any gas in the tank, then I can just go around the development a little bit, I guess. But yeah, I don't feel like getting stuck out here. I am at 29.5 miles. Still showing 1 bar. Still have not gotten any beeps or significant tilt back. It's funny, like when I'm in this state on the wheel, I'm like, it's just like waiting for the shoe to drop. You're just, because I'm not familiar with what the low battery behavior of this is going to necessarily be. So hopefully it's insignificant. But yeah, still rolling. Looks like 30 miles is definitely going to happen. One thing I've been noticing as I've been riding, I've been looking at the speed on the display and checking it with the GPS, and it's right on. At most like 1 mile an hour off, so it seems like the wheel speed is pretty darn accurate on the Aero. 30.14 miles and rolling. I'm gonna keep going. I mean, obviously I'm not hauling ass, but it's fine. I've been keeping it a steady 10 to 15, and we are functional. And report after 30 miles, my feet are officially numb. They are numb, not much feeling in there, but I can deal with it. I've dealt with it before, I can deal with it now. Okay, I have no battery bars. Still going 10 to 15, still no beeps, no tilt back. Yeah, I think it'd be smart to go back to the house, probably. Just a feeling. Just a feeling. But this kind of makes me think that the long range mode is, again, this is a stab in the dark, but this is the same way that my veteran wheels act when long range mode is turned on. Like the battery display will show nothing, but you're still going. So I'm wondering if that behavior is enabled by default on the Aero. Somebody will probably chime in and let me know. Jack, maybe. Still going though. Geez, where are we at here? 31.25 miles. Okay, I lied, I'm still going. I'm at 31.5. I'm like, oh, can I squeeze out 32? Are you gonna wait? You're gonna wait, okay, thank you, buddy. Can I squeeze out 32 miles? Let's see. My feet say no, but everything else says yes. All right, just need to squeeze out about a 1/4 mile. I'm gonna do that in my development. I think like an up and back will do it. Going very, very carefully. Very carefully. Mission accomplished. 32 miles. 32 miles. My feet are saying stop. Oh, no beeps, no tilt back. 32 miles. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, as you can see, there are no bars of battery remaining on the side. And as you can see, hopefully, 32.07 miles. Let's see, how sittable is this? I probably can. Yeah. Oh, funny. Wow, since I stopped now, I got 1 bar back. Now I have 1 bar again. Ooh. Is that okay? Can it hold my weight? All right. I guess I didn't have it. Whoa. Okay. Feels like as I'm sitting on it, it's pushing the lock down a little further. Why is the light on? Okay, there we go. I came back on as soon as I sat on it. All right, whatever. So the voltage is 95.1 volts after 32 miles. The cells are down at 3.15 approximately volts each. So I am interested in what zero is on this wheel. I don't know, maybe I can find it somewhere, but it did very, very well. I thought 25 miles would have been strong. 32 miles is way, way better than I expected, so kudos. I would say for 75% of that ride, I was going, oh geez, makes me nervous. 25% of that ride, I was going between 20 and 25. Once I got down to 2 to 3 bars or less, I was going more 15 to 20. And once I got down to 1 bar, I was going between 10 and 15. So yeah, I thought I was riding appropriately for the conditions, but other than that little baby tiltback I felt when it's about 2 or 3 bars when I was going in mid 20s, it's been normal, no issues. So yeah, you could go further, but it's far enough for me. Definitely far enough for me. And of course, if you're heavier, if you're riding aggressively faster, if you're doing hilly terrain, this is very flat terrain, you're going to get less range. But for me, 32 miles is pretty darn good. I think that's close to 10 miles more than I got in the V9. I'll put here what mileage I got out of the V9. So did well, did very well. So that's all I have for now. If you enjoyed this video, please think about giving it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you're going to subscribe, you can hit the notify bell that's over there somewhere. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you. Video watch duration is one of the best things that you can do for somebody. Of course, as long as you're enjoying it. If you made it to the end of the video, please put in the comments #range test. #range test, that'll let me know you made it to the end of the video. Big thanks to my channel members. My channel members are right over there. There's a number of perks for channel members. I appreciate your support. Channel members, one of the perks is channel members will receive this video in their feed a day or so earlier than everybody else. So if that's a thing to you, become a channel member. I guess that's it. It's the end of the weekend, right? End of the weekend. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope it's not quite as hot and sweaty as it is there, or as it is here, where you are. And I think that's all I have for now. Till next time, Duffman out. Okay, it's fine. Thanks again, Eli. Appreciate it.